Okay, I am here with Madison Hatfield. She has got a short film that's coming to the HollyShorts Film Festival this weekend called I Could Dom. And thanks to you and Vincent Stalba, I got to watch it, and I gotta say it was really funny. I really liked your character, especially because you're the centerpiece of it. And I gotta say, great job on this. I think you're gonna be a face to look out for in terms of
Oh,
comedy.
wow. That means a lot to me. Thank you. And thank you for watching it. And yeah, thank you to Vincent for getting us connected. Um, yeah, it's a film that I just absolutely love, and I think that my love for it comes through when people watch it. And that's kind of the best thing you can ask for when you're making movies, loving it and having that love be felt by other people. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch it, really.
So my first question is, what was the inspiration behind this film? Where did the idea come from?
Yeah, I mean, um, I could dumb is a sentence that I said out loud and I was laughed at. And I remember thinking like, what a funny, what a funny sentence to say. And so I knew that I wanted to do something with it. That's kind of how all my ideas come. It's a something funny happens or I hear something funny and I'm like, could you make a whole movie out of that? And the answer is usually yes, you can make a whole movie out of almost anything. But it wasn't until months later I was having a conversation with somebody talking about soap dishes, which will mean nothing to people who haven't seen the movie yet, but a soap dish does play prominently. And it was like all of a sudden the whole like emotional arc of the movie fell into place for me. It's like I know the situation could be funny. I know what this character is, but I didn't really know like what exactly were we going to watch and why were we going to be watching it. And so, yeah, once I had that sort of soap dish piece, I sat down and I wrote it almost, I think it was all like in one night near Christmas time. And the script, it didn't change much from that first draft to what we shot and then what you see on the screen. So sometimes it all comes together.
Yeah, I
Beautiful.
like the fact that here you are with your best friend. It starts out with your basically your besties,
Yeah.
their dominance in a relationship, and
Yeah.
they see you as like, yeah, you don't have a chance. There's no way you can. Like they're pessimistic towards you about it. Instead of motivating you, it's like they put you down.
They are correct. They do know her well enough that yeah, they're totally right that uh her assertion that she could do this is wrong. Um but yeah, it's a fun like kick in the pants for that character to then be like, "Well, no, yes, I could." And that's such a strong motivator sometimes is when people tell us we can't do something, we're like, "Screw you, yes, I can."
Yeah,
And that's what
exactly.
that's what gets us into it. But yeah, I love those two characters because even though Marigold, one of them is a sub, she is so just like self-actualized, so confident. Both of them, they're very sort of centered, grounded, powerful women. And then they've got this friend that they're really trying to like get to build up and be more forceful and more confident, and then she like wants to go so far in that direction, way farther than she has any business going. And so they gotta try to rein her back, and they don't, obviously. she she
Right.
she does it unadvisedly, but yeah, I love those two characters. And obviously Adetimpo Thomas and Hannah Aline, who play those friends, are such a joy to work with, and they're just magic to watch on screen. So I was really lucky to get to work with them.
Yeah, and I like the part where, you decide to try it out and you're doing the dating apps, and then you got the guys showing like, you're imagining what the guys are saying, and I'm not gonna I think people need to see what some of the stuff they need to say, because as soon as I heard it, I think at one point, I did fall off my chair, almost, like, laughing so hard at one particular line, and I was just,
Yeah.
like, losing it. I was like, "Where,"
Yeah.
like, she just can't, like, this is what I mean, like, she's gonna be hysterical. She's gonna be one of those comedic actresses down the road, like, that's gonna be
Oh,
known for something, and that particular line, I just literally lost it. I was like,
those three actors are three of my best friends in the world, and they were sort of the only men that I knew I could feel very comfortable with having them whispering literally all around my head. And even though it was them, it was still like it was such a cringy experience. You know, just having people that close to you in general is not always fun. But yeah, we hadn't really been sort of advertising that they were going to be in the movie. And so when we did our like down home screening and that scene came on, nobody in the audience knows what they said because everyone was just screaming so loud at the fact that they were there. Like after the first one went, the noise in the theater was just so intense. But yeah, those lines are some of my favorites in the movie. I love that scene in the movie. It's such a good window also into sort of like where her brain is because the things that they're saying, like that's stuff that people really like to do. And like
Yeah.
this film is very pro kink. We do not kink shame, but she is just such a novice in this world and has no idea what she's getting herself into. And so we shot it like a horror movie and tried to edit it kind of like a horror movie. And I think yeah, it's just a fun uh additional flavor in the sort of entire piece that I really like. It's a little different from everything
Yeah.
else.
But I think the heart of the film is your relationship with Jeff because
Mm.
it's like you're finally I know in a way you lied to him about being a dom, but, you just figured, let me give this a shot, let's see how it goes," and then it's like he also in a way, he mentors you in how to become one because he's experienced that obviously, and,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the heart of the film, like, he's like, in a way, you're learning how to do it,
Hmm.
you have a little trouble doing it, but then he's the one who's, like, he's mentoring you, so it's kinda like so it's not really so much that he's the dom, but he's just like,
Yeah.
"This is how you do it."
Yeah, it was really important to me that Jeff both be written and performed as a character who is really self-assured, really aware of what he wants and what he needs. And I think that sometimes in pop culture, people who are sexually submissive can be characterized as also like meek or awkward or, not confident. And that's just not true. I mean, obviously there are all kinds of people doing all kinds of things, but I wanted Jeff, like you're saying, to sort of take on almost this mentorship role because even though, yeah, he's on the other side of it, he is very, very aware of what he wants. And in these dynamics, honestly, the submissive partner does need to be the one that's, ultimately in control of the situation because they are putting themselves in a very vulnerable situation. But I think that Derek Evans, who plays that role, just does such a beautiful job of sort of being this calm in the storm that is June. Like
Yeah.
she is just floundering constantly, and he's so very even keeled. And even when he does, get upset when sort of the truth comes out that she's not, she's falsely advertised herself. He doesn't lose it. It's this very sort of he has to think through it and think through how he feels and then sort of like draw a line. And I love the way that Derek played that. And I agree with you. I mean, obviously most of the film is the two of them. And I think that it really shines on screen. That they're good for each other, in a strange way. they,
Right.
they do work, but maybe not in the way that they initially thought when they started that date.
So how long did, shooting take on the film, and did you face any issues during shooting at all, or was it pretty much a smooth shoot?
Well, so we shot for 3 days and then a pickup day. So 2 days in the house, where Jeff's house, and then one day at a restaurant. And then the bathroom scene, which is a very short scene, we ended up using a bathroom at a different house. So that was our pickup day. Um, the main thing was that we found a house that we really, really liked, and it just had so many windows that we couldn't possibly fake night during the day. So that meant we had to start with two overnight shoots, um, which is never what you want to do on
Mhm.
a small indie project where people are not getting their, usual rates. But I was so grateful. I worked with a production company for the first time on this one called Wax and Wayne. They're based in Atlanta, where I am, and they put together a lot of the crew. There were some people that I brought in, but a lot of them were new faces, and I was really nervous about asking all these new people to do two overnight shoots to start. And I was so pleasantly surprised at just how willing everybody was to just like get in there and do it. Like there was no I guess I was worried that, people would be tired, annoyed, grumbling, whatever, but like the energy on set was so good. It was always so positive and fun. And I think having 3 whole days to get all of our pages. I mean, we were pushing and moving quickly, but we had enough time. And that's like the biggest luxury when you're making a film of any length is time. So I'm really grateful that we took those, those 2 overnights, and then we had a whole day off before we did a daytime shoot in the restaurant. So it worked out okay. And that house looks great. Like I think we made the right decision to keep the house that we wanted and just suck it up and stay up late.
There
That's
you
that's
go.
what we had to do.
Awesome. Well, I gotta say, this is a great film. And for those who are attending the Holly Shorts Film Festival, what day is it being screened? And what else can you tell us?
So we are screening on Sunday. So this Sunday, which is August 11th at 2:30 p.m., we are at the TCL Chinese Theaters, and we are in a rom-com block. So I've seen some of the films in our block already at different festivals I've been at on the circuit, and they're really, really good. So I'm really excited about the block overall, and we'll obviously get to do a fun Q&A afterwards. So yeah, if you've got a free Sunday afternoon and you're in LA, I hope that you'll swing by and see I Could Dom, as well as a bunch of other great romantic comedy short films at Holly Shorts.
So finally, what's next for you that after this? Is there anything new cooking up inside that you can talk about?
Well, we have always envisioned this short film as a proof of concept for a feature film. So as we work our way through the festival circuit, and we're still waiting to hear from several festivals around the country, so we'll just have to see. But there is a draft of the script, and I'm working on a draft of the pitch deck, and just starting to put together a team to help find the money and the sort of key crew and key cast that we need to move into feature film land. So if you are if you are watching or listening and just have money burning a hole in your pocket that you want to invest in a we're calling it a domcom, then please, reach out. We would love, we would love to just build a big team of people who understand what it is and love it for what it is, and want to be a part of that. So we're still early in the process, but that's the next step. So, ee.
And I'm hoping you're starring in it because, like I said, I feel like you got the charm. You had the charm with June. I think you'd be perfect. I think you're gonna be one of those faces down the road. Like people are gonna be like, Madison Hatfield. She's gonna be the one to look out for. I think
Oh,
it's gonna happen because this is gonna be this is gonna be her breakout. It's gonna be it. That's how I'm feeling after seeing
wow.
this.
Oh, that means a lot to me. And yeah, my the team we've assembled so far, it is a high priority to keep me as the lead of the film, which feels really, really good. So yeah, that's the plan. June will continue to be played by me, and yeah, I appreciate that so much. I do this because I love it, and I have so much fun not only writing the films and shooting it and editing it and putting it all together, but then getting to do stuff like this and talking to people about it, going to festivals, meeting other incredible filmmakers. I think that the indie film scene is so full of so much genuine love and genuine passion for what movies can be. And it doesn't always come with the biggest paycheck that a network show or a studio film might bring you, but the inspiration I get, the encouragement I get, and just the genuine fun that I get to have makes me feel very, very rich indeed. So I really appreciate you taking the time to watch it and have me here today and get to spread the word that we're screening it here in LA. And yeah, hopefully a future film will be coming down the pike sometime in the next few years.
Well, everyone, if you're in LA, go to the TCL Chinese Theater on August 11th, 2:30 p.m. to check out I Could Dom. It is
Yeah.
hysterical. You're gonna have a great time with this film. And Madison, thank you so much again for taking the time to talk about it.
Thank you, Albert. See you guys.
Awesome.
Bye.